Hey everybody, this is Amanda from Amanda's Budgets. I'm here to talk some real stuff right now. Things that people don't talk about on their channel because I'm going to blast it out there. It is what it is. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amanda. I am 34 years old. I live in Oregon. I'm an all-cash budgeter. I do cash stuffing, sinking funds, savings challenges, all on a low income. If that's something you're interested in, please hit that like and subscribe button. We are getting closer and closer to 3K subscribers. I never, ever thought that you guys would be interested in hearing anything I have to say or watch my journey, so I appreciate all of you guys who have been following me for the long haul. So let's talk about the nitty-gritty here. I have my emotional support coffee. If you are curious, it is grandpa coffee. Somebody wanted to know what that looked like. That's grandpa coffee. But anyway, so my throat is very dry this morning. I don't know what is going on, but I feel some sort of ick coming on, some sort of sickness, illness from working with dirty humans. But anyway, so we're going to talk about the nitty-gritty. Okay? Let's talk budgeting. Let's talk all of the things that no one wants to talk about. So the other day I watched a news segment where they were talking about the economy. They were talking about things that are affecting people the most. So something that I heard was that people who had pandemic money saved have now spent all of that money. And I don't want to get too political here, but I'm going to tell you this much. That dang pandemic money for 90% of people it's probably been dead and gone for a while now, right? I mean, that pandemic money was so long ago. I would say a small percentage of people even were able to save that money. That was my cat. Hello, Gigi. Anyway, she decides to jump up here when she wants to. She actually wants to look out the window. But anyway, so what's this talk of all this savings that people have had with the pandemic money? I don't know. If you feel comfortable, let me know in the comments below. Did you save all that pandemic money? Because I used it for moving expenses and furniture and trying to stay alive during the worst parts of the pandemic, sleeping in a car. So, yeah. That was another thing I wanted to mention, guys. When I was homeless, it was during the height of the pandemic was when I was living in my car. And boy, that was rough. But anyway, I'm just putting the real out there. Most people had that money gone and spent. They're now saying that 60% of people on a low income or lower income are fighting to pay their bills, provide food for the table, to essentially just pay for living costs. They're putting it on credit. Do you feel like that's you sometimes? Because I definitely haven't been putting any living expenses on my credit cards, because, how do I put this? So I opened credit cards to build credit, and so I got the smallest amount. So my credit cards are max of $300 to $500. I can't live off those credit cards. And no, I'm not going to go open another credit card to live off that other credit card. No. If you're doing that, it's okay. You gotta do you. You have to worry about how you're gonna pay your electricity, how you're gonna provide food, because those are very expensive things right now. Insurance is another really intensively expensive thing. It's okay if you have to do those things. But they're saying that 60% of people are begging Peter to pay Paul at the end of the day. So we're here to talk about budget anxiety. Budget anxiety. What does that necessarily mean? I'm anxious about my budget. My budget doesn't fit my income. My budget is more than what I make. You can scale back all you want, friend. But sometimes it's just not enough, right? I'm having budget anxiety, me, because I live off of how the economy is doing, okay? And we're not just talking Etsy, we're not just talking gig work. Gig work could be DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Instacart, Rover, Airbnb, whatever that may be, okay? Whatever your app is, you're living off of what the economy brings. So when the economy is down, you're not reaping in that money, right? So another thing I wanted to bring up is that I work in customer service. It's what I do. My husband works in customer service. He is working 2 little part-time jobs to make a full-time job. The owner of both of these locations likes it when he can schedule people to work at both locations. I have worked at this job already. One of them is the pizza place that I was working at, and the other one is kind of like a car wash. So, in that, we're living off of what people spend, because our hours are based off of what people spend. It has been the slowest start to March I have ever seen in all of my years of working. I can tell you right now, Amanda wiped probably tables 16 times yesterday. Or more. I swept stuff that was not there because I am on camera. I stocked. I overstocked. I cleaned more. I did dishes. I did all sorts of things to try to keep myself busy so I could keep my hours. I know some of you are there. And if you're trying to tell me you're not, I don't know how much I would believe that. Especially if you work in customer service. I have a friend that does sales for a huge company, huge, related to computers, phones, all the things, specific company. And she was like, Amanda, my hours got cut again. I'm down to 30 hours a week from my 40. Okay, well, she has a family of 4. She is the only breadwinner of that family. She does get support from her ex, but it's not consistent and it's not something to live off of, right? But the truth is that, because we're not here to talk about supporting of children and all the things. We're here to talk about your budget, right? She was like, I wrote out my budget and I cried. I cried tonight. I write out my budget 15 million times before you see me post it on here. And even then, sometimes you guys have seen me change this. This is my bare bones. This is my bare bones of what I need to survive. And I'm having anxiety trying to figure out how this is going to get paid. I'm going to be real. And that's just because how this month has started out. It could be fine. It could be fine. And maybe I'm just overthinking it, but it's okay if you're there. It's okay to go, my roof comes first, then I need to keep the heat on. We're going to make sure that we go to the store and we buy only things. I'm serious about this because a lot of people don't get this part. We're only going to buy things to eat that are a meal. And we're not talking like I would like rolls with my dinner tonight. We're not talking, let's get a dessert to go with that meal. We're talking like bare bones. Like I'm going to have chicken with frozen broccoli because fresh broccoli costs me too much money now. And I'm going to have rice. Those 3 things are going to be part of my meal. And I know that I can probably drum up some sort of sauce that I can either make myself or I have at home in the fridge, in the door of the fridge. Okay? Something like teriyaki sauce. Maybe you're going to get a bulk bag of beans for $17.99 like I do. Fill a 5-gallon bucket with a Gamma lid. That thing cost me like, I think the lid was like $6 and the bucket was like $2.50. I buy them in bulk, but you don't have to do that. Maybe you only need 1. You know, when I struggle, I think of the things that I can cut back on. How much gas am I using? Am I really making all that much money out there, Amanda? Like, maybe I need to cut back from $15 to $10 a day. Because I'm only driving my 8,000 some odd people radius of a city. Okay? You can't change things that are already in place. You can't haggle your utility bills. You can't haggle your rent. You can't haggle your car payment, your car insurance. Those are things we can't change. See, this is my new wallet. It's empty. I haven't stuffed a darn dollar in this thing yet. Am I going to stuff anything in this week? Any of this? To be prepared? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Because I'm super, super concerned about paying this bill, which is my utilities, and my space rent. To keep the house that I own in my hands. Because if I don't pay my space rent, they could evict me and tell me to sell my home. Or even worse, if I couldn't sell it quick enough, they would take this from me. Right? I was evicted. And it wasn't because of anything other than my utilities got shut off. And therefore the utilities went into the apartment's name, which then went against my contract. But then 7 days later, I received fines for going against my contract. And not only did I owe them rent, but now I owed the fines too. And then I owed a late fee. So it can really, really snowball fast. I was talking to Jamie from Jamie's Realistic Life about this. A lot of folks are 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door. It's okay to revamp your budget. It's okay to say, hey, I'm going to call my credit card companies because maybe my credit card companies understand that they're not going to get paid until the end of the month because I have to pay my car insurance. I'm just putting that as an example. That's not me. But that's an example. I've had to do it though. I've had to do it. It makes you anxious, you know? Dave Ramsey, he says, write a written plan, write a written budget. I do those things. But I don't know. I truly don't know if I'm going to accomplish this $3,056 I need to pay my basic needs. I mean, like I just said, 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door. And these are hard subjects to talk about. But I know that there's a lot of you guys struggling out there. Because I get messages all the time. Hey, Amanda, I'm on a low income. I know you're not a professional, because I am not a professional, guys. This is just me talking to a camera. Talking to you guys in hopes that you understand exactly that I know. I know, boo-boo. I know where you are. I've been in those shoes. I've been on the other spectrum too, where I worked a really good job. I worked at a call center. I worked for one of the biggest companies in the world doing tech support and sales, and I was making good money. No, that job's not around here anymore. Actually, the whole building's closed, but anyway, I've been on many, many journeys in this financial life. But it's okay to be like, hey, like I got a message, hey Amanda, what do I do? Refine to the point where you've got 3 walls, your hot, your cot, and your internet. Maybe you need to use that internet to apply for more jobs. Maybe you need to revamp your resume. Maybe you need to get yourself back out there. This job that you thought that was going to be amazing is no longer working for you. Doesn't matter if you love the people you work for. That goes on many levels. Like I work at really crappy jobs, okay? Because that's what I seem to be able to get. Don't worry, I'm still out there applying, but I'm having to do what I can with what I got. Right? I don't have to love the people I work with. I don't have to love the people I work for. I don't even have to be friends with any of these people. I'm there for a paycheck. Not friends. I'm not here for a popularity club. I'm there to fill my bank account, to fill the needs of this family. Having good coworkers, having people in your workday that you enjoy, that's a plus. But if you're struggling, it's time to say, bye-bye, coworkers. It's time for me to go look at something new, something different. Maybe this job over here pays $2.50 more an hour. Yeah, I might have to drive 10 more minutes out of my way, 8 more minutes out of my way. Yeah, I'm still waiting in line, in traffic, especially if you're in the city. I might have to take transit longer. I might have to get up a half an hour early. But it all counts. It all adds up. All of it adds up. My job that I was working at the pizza place was minimum wage here, which in this area is $13.20 an hour. Some of you guys are living off federal minimum wage, which is like, what, $7.25? If you can make $2 more an hour to go somewhere else to possibly feed your need, bye, coworkers. Bye. Bye. It just is what it is. At the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. If you're having anxiety, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to reach out for, I am not a professional at any of this. I am a normal person doing normal things like you and her and him and the guy on the bus, the guy driving the struggle bus. But if you need somebody to reach out to and say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. Have you got any ideas? I have ideas. I'm just not a professional. But do what you can with what you got, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.